Leslie with NIM, and we're doing some French cooking this week. Our recipe is Ratatouille, and it's proof that even on a budget, you can create beautiful, even fancy looking meals. In fact, I promise you're gonna wanna show this one off. As usual, we've put our own little spin on it to save you both time and money, but you're gonna love the outcome. Here's how we do it. Because I'm using a store-bought sauce, I'm gonna chop up some garlic pretty finely and then set that aside until after I get my ground beef cooking. I'm using a really lean ground beef. It's 90/10, so I'm gonna add a little olive oil to the pan, but if you're using something like 80/20, you can totally skip that step. When my ground beef is almost all the way done, I'll add that garlic. Not any earlier because it can become bitter if you overcook it. And now in goes my marinara, using the best quality as possible, of course. And now in goes my herbes de Provence, which is really just dried Italian seasoning with the exception of some lavender and bay leaves, so no big deal if you have to substitute. And now the fun part. One by one, we're gonna start slicing our vegetables as thinly as possible. Feel free to use the mandolin that might be on the other side of your grater if you have one. Try to keep these as similar in size as possible, but there's gonna be obviously some fluctuation with things that are bigger like this eggplant, and so you'll just kind of space them in the pan accordingly. Either way, it's gonna be beautiful. To make it easier, I make little stacks of 4 with one of each vegetable, and then I place it in the pan. Try to keep the bigger vegetables on the outside and then have it circle around towards the middle with smaller vegetables. You know, it's the small things. If you have some olive oil, I take a little bit of that with some of those herbes de Provence, salt and pepper, and brush it along the outside. That olive oil is gonna really help to develop the flavor. An hour later, everything's had a chance to really cook down and get soft, so now it's gonna go back in the oven for another 30 minutes without the cover. And now that it's fully cooked, we'll take it out, add whatever Italian cheese you prefer on top. I'm actually using both mozzarella and Parmesan. And we'll put it back in the oven for another 10 minutes so that can get nice and melty.